what Rachel's reading rambles are all about. I'm gonna stop doing weekly reading vlogs and kind of make them like the best things ever. We're doing another random magical hopathon. In fact, we're going back to Disney World. What if the world... Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another video. We are back with my first Rachel's Reading Rambles of 2024 and I'm hoping they become a more frequent thing across this channel across this year because I have missed doing these and I like catching up with you. I just hope I can find some more topics to kind of discuss because I feel like I have kind of branched them all at this point of time, which is why I haven't really been doing them very often, but I'm hoping that can change in the new year. So I'm pre-filming this one quite far in advance, so I'm hoping it all stays relevant. It is, because today we're just basically discussing the future of my channel, kind of where I want to see my channel go in 2024, and I need some help from you guys with kind of where you'd want to see the direction of my channel go. So grab a cup of tea, sit down, get cozy, and let's discuss my channel for the upcoming year. If you've seen my New Year reset, then you'll know some of my reading and kind of channel goals. I haven't vocalised all of them. There are some kind of like numerical goals I'd like to hit this year because I do really want to focus on my channel this year. I do really want to evolve my content into more quality versus quantity, and that will bring me on to my first point. I'm going to stop doing weekly reading vlogs. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop completely vlogging because I love vlogging. It's my favourite part of having this channel. I love just being able to pick up a camera, talk to you and update you about the books I'm reading, turn off the camera, pick it back up and just kind of like have a really fluid kind of relationship with the camera on my day-to-day life, talking about the books I'm currently reading. So vlogging isn't going anywhere, but I'm going to stop doing weekly reading vlogs, and here's why. Basically, what I kind of realised my weekly reading vlogs was I would turn on camera on Monday morning and be like, hi, welcome back to my channel. We're back with a weekly reading vlog. This is what I'm planning on reading this week. And then I'd update you Monday evening being like, I managed to read this much, or I didn't manage to read anything. And then maybe I would skip Tuesday because I didn't read anything or there was nothing to update. And I'll come back on Wednesday being like, it's now Wednesday and I've managed to read this much of this book and that much of this book. And then I'd get to like Friday and I haven't updated the vlog, and so on and so forth. I was basically just purely updating the vlog, and that's great, but I don't think it really suits long form content in the way that I want to evolve my channel. So therefore, my weekly reading updates are going to go over to Instagram Reels. I'm going to pick back up with doing my Instagram Reels where I would tell you guys how much I read per day, per week. So it'd be like, Monday I read 70 pages of this book, and I'll just do a short reel, short form content. I think that's the way to go. Obviously this is all experimental, this will completely change. I could by June be like, I miss weekly reading vlogs and do them again. But as of right now, on the 7th of January 2024, this is kind of where I want to evolve my channel to. So I want to start producing short form content again, and that would be just weekly at the minute because I don't want to overwhelm myself, because I do really want to focus on my YouTube and my long form content this year. I don't want to get overwhelmed by Instagram, so I'm just going to be doing one reel a week, and those reels will be consistently how much I read per week, and they'll come out on Mondays of the previous week of how much I read, just like a weekly reading vlog, but it'll be in short form content instead. By doing that, that will leave me plenty of more scope to do really fun reading vlogs on my channel, because reading vlogs is where, like I said, I find myself having the most passion about, and I do want to still do reading vlogs, but I don't want them to necessarily be themed vlogs. I don't want to be like, I'm gonna binge this series in this vlog and take months to film it. I still want them to be in a short, concise amount of time, i.e. weekly vlogs. So bear with me. They will be kind of filmed across maybe a couple of days, up to a week, maybe just over a week, but they will kind of have some more kind of cinematic, hopefully artistic flair to them, because I want to focus more on them, and they won't be coming out weekly. That's the other kind of major thing. I'm not going to be producing vlogs weekly. I could be, and that may be because I filmed a vlog over a couple of days and it's ready to go up quicker than I expected, but don't expect weekly vlogs from me in terms of like your standard film everything that I read the previous week, upload it next week, etc, etc. They're going to be a bit more kind of like fluid, I hope, anyway. i.e. I'm going to give you some examples of vlogs I already have planned and already in the works. I'm currently filming my kind of like first week and a bit of reading of the new year, and I'm just taking you guys along kind of what I get up to during the week as well as my reading, and kind of really focus on montages, a b-roll, and just a bit more kind of like voiceovers, and like I said, more kind of artistic flair. And that might have already come out by the time you've seen this. Some other kind of vlog ideas I have is just kind of like cozy weekend vlogs where I just kind of like read as much as possible, or maybe have like a theme around it. It will kind of be a bit more themed, but I don't want to kind of like regiment myself into a corner, and there's going to be a bit more kind of like organic, I guess. Another kind of idea I have is obviously I'm planning on reading Throne of Glass for the first time, so I might kind of vlog myself experience that for the first time, and that can be kind of like a vlog, but it'll be more than a reading vlog. I'll kind of take you along kind of what else I do that week whilst also reading Throne of Glass, etc. And I have some like non-bookish vlogs I kind of want to kind of delve my feet into as well, such as like come along while I journal for a week. I think this would be such a cool concept, because in my New Year reset I obviously spoke about all the journals that I'm hoping to keep up with in 2024. I have 4 of them, which is intense, and I've got a couple of comments being like, oh my god, I wish I could journal that much, or oh my god, I can't believe you have so many journals, I can never keep up with them. So I think it'd be really interesting to take you guys along on a week with me and see how much I actually journal and how I use them and how frequent I kind of like dip into my journals, because I dip into them. I don't wait until the end of the week and update all my journals for like 4 hours. I dip into them every like 10-15 minutes, maybe 3 times a day, and I just kind of like keep them updated really slowly and gradually. So I think it'd be really interesting to kind of take you guys along on that kind of experiment. So if you would like to see that, let me know in the comments down below. But I kind of like show you kind of how I fill out my 1 line a day. I'll kind of show you how I daily fill out my reading journal, kind of if I have like a big event, kind of show you how I'd scrapbook, and just kind of like keep on top of all my journals. I think that'd be really fun, and I'm really excited to bring that out to you. I think even if no one's like interested to seeing it, I think I will bring it out in February just to see how it does, because I think it'll be really interesting. On a note of that, I would just love to bring out more journaling content in the new year. I don't know kind of like what that would entail, so if you follow any kind of like journaling YouTubers that you really like their content of, let me know what they are in the comments so I can get some inspiration. I can do some like research, or let me know what kind of content you would like to see, whether that is a week in a life of journaling, or maybe just kind of like scrapbook with me and I'll just kind of like get an overhead shot of me scrapbooking with some music. I don't know, I want to kind of start doing more kind of like bullet journal and journaling type of videos. I don't have a bullet journal anymore, but I still obviously keep a lot of journals, and I think it'd be fun to kind of like document my process of using them across the year. I definitely want to, in my reading wrap-ups each month, start incorporating kind of my reading journal and giving you monthly updates on how I'm using my reading journal in those videos. So that's kind of like how I've mixed the two together, bookish and journaling. It's just, I want this year of my channel to be a year, like I said, that I really want to evolve my content and turn it into quality rather than quantity. I will still be producing 2 videos a week, fingers crossed anyway, that I don't get into any slumps or anything. That is kind of the aim, just because like I think I love this kind of like side hustle that I've managed to create for myself. I've already put so much time and effort into it. Like just filming these videos takes half hour, editing 2.5, 3, thumbnail about half hour. So when you think about doing that twice a week for 2 videos, that's a lot of time, and I've managed to pre-film a lot of my January videos whilst I was off in between Christmas and New Year. So I haven't really had the full effect of how much I'll need to do to create 2 videos a week on a like day-to-day weekly basis, because I've managed to pre-film so much during the holidays. But I know it's going to be a lot of work, but I'm ready to kind of put that work in and really hopefully see my channel evolve in the next year. Talking of which, obviously me and Mark have the most exciting trip coming up in 2024, and that's the fact that we're going back to Disney World. Hence my mug in this video. I'm using my 50th Walt Disney World mug because we are going back to Disney World, and I'm so excited. And that kind of brings me on to another point. I want to just like start vlogging my day-to-day life that isn't reading, and I do find it really difficult sometimes because I don't have the most confidence in vlogging in public. I'm absolutely fine kind of like vlogging more so in London when it's really busy, and I'm absolutely fine vlogging in Disney World, which I've obviously done before. I've already done my first kind of like trial attempt at a Walt Disney World vlog series, but obviously with me and Mark going back in the latter half of this year, I'm really hoping to excel in those vlogs and kind of make them like the best things ever. And I'm really excited. Mark is so good at just putting out the camera and kind of like making a vlog what it is. If you've seen my birthday vlog from this past year, you know that Mark was behind the camera for most of that, and look how good it turned out. So I cannot wait to go to Disney World with him and just see what the vlog content comes out with, because I feel like it's going to be absolutely epic. So if you like that vlog series, or you just like Disney, then I'll have a daily vlog from Disney coming out in the latter half of the year, and I'm so excited. So the bookish content will take a back burner whilst I upload and edit all of those videos, kind of like late September, October, November time. But I'm so excited to just vlog our trip and just kind of like the most magical memories. So I just want to get more confident in vlogging in public in my day-to-day life, more so than like having to wait until I'm in London or wait until I'm in Disney World to kind of like vlog my life outside of reading. I'm so obviously comfortable talking in front of the camera in my study, bedroom, house, kitchen, whatever, but it's like taking that camera out of the house and taking my camera on other adventures that isn't just kind of like updating you guys on what I'm reading. So I'm really hoping I can get a bit more confident this year in vlogging in public, and I'm really hoping Mark can kind of like assist me in that. So hopefully there'll be some more kind of like normal vlogs coming. I'm gonna talk quietly this section. Mark's birthday's coming up and we're going into London for it, and I kind of want to vlog that. So those sorts of kind of like vlogs will be coming. So like London vlogs, just things that aren't kind of bookish. And I know I've kind of like dipped my toe in that before, and the people who watch those, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, because I just love vlogging my life to look back on. I just love looking back on all my videos. I probably watch my videos more often than most people probably expect. If I'm bored one day, then I'll watch one of my old videos back, and I love seeing how much I've evolved, how much I've grown, kind of what I was doing, my thoughts on books. I just love watching back my old content, so I don't want to stop creating content. It's just going to find that balance between quality over quantity, reading vlogs in kind of like a new dynamic, more kind of like b-rolly, montagey, cinematic way, normal day-to-day life, as well as like journaling content. So I have a lot of hopes and dreams for 2024 regarding my channel, and I'm really hoping that I can kind of ground myself and make it like the best year yet. And like I said, I have got numerical goals that I want to kind of really focus on, and I do want to put more of my time and effort into long form content. That's where I really find my passion. I would love Instagram to be like my thing, but it really isn't. And I don't want to force that. I don't want to force it so much that it doesn't feel organic. I don't really like posting grid photos. I find it too much pressure, and even if I try, sorry, I'm readjusting, even if I try to not pressure myself and just kind of like take pictures when and if I want to, I just don't like how they look. I'm just not an Instagram girly. I love updating my stories. I love doing like highlight reels. I like producing some reels, like the how much I read per week reel, but I don't like properly like filming things and doing like really funky transitions. It's too time consuming, and when my passion lies in long form content like this, just rambling, short form content just isn't kind of like my thing. I love watching it. I do consume myself too much in reels sometimes. And TikTok is definitely not kind of a place I want to venture into. I've never downloaded the app. I've never even pressed on a TikTok video before in my life. I've always just kind of like focused on Instagram. And although I don't want to build my Instagram this year, it's definitely not my main priority. I'm going to keep up with my stories. I'm going to keep updating kind of what I'm reading on my stories. I'm going to put them all into a highlight reel. I'm going to review hopefully every single book I read, linking it to Goodreads. So if you guys want my full of thoughts, then you can link over to my Goodreads rather than seeing it all on Instagram, because I don't like that. I don't like seeing on a story like someone's like full review of a book. It takes too much brain power. So if you can like see a snapshot of me with a book, and then like, ooh, I like that book, or I want to see what she thinks of it, then you can kind of like click the link. It'll take you over to my Goodreads, where I've done like a full length kind of review. And I've done that so far for the first 3 books I've managed to read this year. Yes, it was the 7th of January and I finished 3 books. I'm on to my 4th. I'm on a roll with reading and it makes me so happy. I really hope this is like putting me in good stead for the year ahead. I have DNF'd 1 book already this year, so there's definitely balance already in my reading journey of 2024, but I'm so excited to kind of like see where it goes. Moving on to the next thing that I wanted to discuss also about my channel. You may have noticed this already. I have kind of revamped my intro and outro, not so much the music or the theming, but the pictures. I am going to Disney this year, so I've put a Disney picture up there. I've put my updated profile picture within my intro and outro, and I've done one of my more kind of like up-to-date book pictures just to kind of get a more updated representation of who I am. Obviously last time my pictures were taken for my intro and outro, I had long hair, although I am growing it out again because my hairdresser is on maternity leave, so I'm not gonna see another hairdresser because I don't trust many people with my hair. I'm just waiting for her to come back from maternity leave, which is in April, so I am technically growing out my hair now. And then when we get to April, when I sit back in that chair again, I will decide whether I want to grow my hair out long for Disney or cut it again, and I have a feeling it might be long. So I'm gonna let my fringe probably cut back in, but then I'll keep my hair long for Disney because it's easier just to tie my hair up in a bun or a ponytail in the heat and the humidity of America in Florida when I have longer hair rather than having short hair. So side tangent, that's what Rachel's Reading Rambles are all about. So yeah, the mini update branding, I've just updated my intro and outro with some updated pictures. So if you've noticed those, great. They're just a little bit of a refresh I wanted to do for the new year. If you haven't noticed them, that's absolutely fine as well. I just wanted to keep my kind of like imagery present and updated, and it was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, which is great. I've also updated my thumbnail design. I'm not sure if I absolutely 100% love them yet. I'm going to give them like a couple of months to just kind of like see a cumulative like bunch of them together and kind of see if I'm still liking the vibe. But I have definitely changed it out. I've got rid of like that bright teal and replaced it with the teal that you see in my intro and outro, just to make it a bit more consistent across my brand using the same colour. I do like my new thumbnail design, but I think there's a little bit more I could do. So I'll be experimenting over the next couple of months, maybe all year, just to kind of really see where I kind of sit and where I kind of land in terms of what I want my thumbnails to look like. So be aware of that if you're kind of like looking for a specific design from me when it comes to your YouTube subscription box. There may be some tweaks of design across the next couple of months, just to kind of like see where I kind of end up in terms of what designs I like. But currently they're more simplistic, they're kind of a bit more brighter, a bit more white, and just a bit more simplistic, I guess. And because I'm not doing weekly reading vlogs, I don't feel like I need to do like a massive collage of loads of different pictures. So my reading vlog thumbnails will massively change as well, because I think I'm going to try and keep those really simple. I looked back on my channel at the end of last year to kind of see what point did I really enjoy my thumbnails, and that was when they were a lot more simple. So I'm going kind of back to that, but with like an updated modern twist. Now, it is the year of 2024. And I have already said that I'll be doing another round of Magical Hopathon. Is it in planning works yet? No. Are we only 1 week into the year? Yes. But there definitely will be some sort of Magical Hopathon round 4. Yeah, round 4 this year, just to celebrate the fact that me and Mark are going back to Disney World. It'll kind of resemble the original round 1 kind of vibe. So it'll be the 4 parks, it'll be based in Walt Disney World, it'll have the same sort of kind of like map and entry park ticket and all that sort of fun stuff if you're around for the first round. It'll be very similar to that. I might have a few tweaks, it really just depends on how busy I get. I do want to host this readathon in like the late summer. I'm going back to Disney World like a latter half of the year, so I think this readathon will probably end up being like July, August time, maybe even June. It'll be really fun to kind of like mix the Magical Hopathon month, because it will be a month long one in round 4. It'll be fun to kind of mix my birthday into Magical Hopathon, so I could even do it in June. So be prepared for some sort of Magical Hopathon round 4 coming soon, more June, July, August potentially. It will probably fly by, and it is definitely on the horizon. I definitely want to bring it back just to celebrate the fact that me and Mark are going back to Disney World, and I don't want to kind of like not do one a year. I've done one a year ever since like 2021, so I don't want to like stop doing them. So there'll be some sort of Magical Hopathon in some capacity in the summery end of summer months. So if you are wanting that, then look forward to it. It will be coming up, which is really exciting. And on that kind of like side note to my channel, so I've got my channel, I've got Magical Hopathon. I used to have Books and Me. Books and Me was the book club I hosted, I want to say, for about 5 months in the year of 2021. I love the idea of hosting a book club. I don't know if I have the capacity to do so. I don't know, I love the idea of it, and I really enjoyed my time when I did do it. The one thing I didn't love about the book club that I hosted was the monthly live shows. I just don't think they were really necessary. I think probably what would be more inclined to do it, if, that's a massive if, I bring it back, would be more community chosen books, because I chose all the books and then I feel like people didn't join in because they weren't really interested in any of the books. So a more kind of like community based, community chosen book club. And then we wouldn't do like a live show, but we'd have like a Discord. We'd have maybe, I'm basically getting inspired by Chloe Reed's books here. We'd have a designated week to read the book. If we wanted to all read the book together, if you didn't want to read it that week, that was absolutely fine. You can just read it on your own accord and then jump back to the chat if you wanted to. And then maybe we could just chat along the way. I don't think live shows, I think they add an extra pressure to a book club that don't really need to be a thing, I don't think, especially when the book club is so small. I obviously would want to keep the genre of books that we read in a book club, contemporary romances, non-fiction, memoirs, just because that's kind of like where I really excel in reading tastes, etc. So that would be like a massive thing that I would want to keep. The other thing that I would want to get rid of is co-host. I think co-host, once again, add another extra pressure to the book club, and I don't want to pressure anyone else into it, and I don't want to have the pressure of trying to like finding people to host with me. It's just easier if I do it myself. So that would be another thing that I'll get rid of compared to when I hosted it in 2021. Although it would be so much fun to bring back the book club, I'm not sure 2024 is the year to bring it back. I have so many other things I would want to prioritize and focus on that I think adding a book, bringing back the book club into the mix is quite intense, because obviously I want to focus back on doing weekly reels. I want to focus back on really having quality content in my long form YouTube content, and I just want to kind of like really hone in on that and really kind of build up my community. So I think adding another kind of like layer to Rachel Cerys as a brand with the book club might be a bit too much this year, but you never know. And the last thing I wanted to discuss before this video gets too rambly is, you might already know this because I've mentioned it I think like in every single video I've released so far and every video I'm currently filming, is that I want to become a fantasy girly. I want 2024 to be the year that I get into fantasy, and I think I have definitely chosen fantasy as a genre that I want to kind of like dip my toe into. I saw a comment on one of my videos saying that literary fiction might be the way to go, because it was, I think in my January TBR that I mentioned I wanted to explore different genres this year, and I do want to explore different genres. I want to go more into thrillers, etc. I don't want to just kind of be stuck in the contemporary romance genre, even though that's kind of what I'm known for, and that'll still be predominantly what I read. But I do want to kind of like explore other genres a bit more, so when I do kind of hit a slump or do kind of hit a genre slump with reading romances and contemporaries, I kind of have a backup option. So although I feel like fantasy is currently the way I want to go, I don't personally think literary fiction is the way to go, because I have tried to read some literary fiction in the past and I do like some literary fiction, but I'm not one for like lyrical writing or kind of like really thought-provoking styles of plots and whatnot, and I just don't think literary fiction is for me. Unless I got completely wrong end of the stick and that's not what literary fiction is, then let me know, correct me, but I just feel like that isn't me. I like quick, fast-paced books, hence the fantasy, hence the rom-coms, and I don't like having to think too much about my books. I just like to be able to escape into different stories about things that are kind of semi-familiar to me but also learning. So as long as the books are easily digestible, I'm down for. But I feel like literary fiction is so intimidating because I feel like the writing style is so different to what I'm used to, which is why I'm skeptical to go into it, and also why now I'm trying fantasy a bit more. I'm sticking to the YA genre for now because I know they're going to be a bit more simple and a bit more easy and less complex to get my head around. So if you have any book recommendations that are easy to comprehend in the fantasy genre, hopefully maybe even an adult, but kind of more predominantly YA. And also, this could be really, really niche, but I saw a comment saying that they tend to, within a genre, find a trope that they like, so they already know that they kind of already have an element of that book that they like. My favourite trope, if you guys know me, is fake dating. Have I been able to find a fantasy book with fake dating in it? No. So I'd like your guys' help. Do you have any fantasy recommendations that has fake dating in it? I would love to know, because I've done some Googling and I can't find anything bar like the proper obvious ones, and I think I've already read them or have them on my radar already. So I'd love to know if you have any recommendations in general, but more specifically fake dating and fantasy. Is that even a thing? I don't know, but if it is, I want to find out about it, because I love me some fake dating, and if I can find that in fantasy, I'll be a very, very happy girl. So I feel like that was quite a lot to digest. I basically just went on a massive ramble about what I wanted my channel to be in the new year, which is what I wanted this video to be. I just wanted it to be solely about my future plans, about what I want from my channel, etc. So I really, really hope that you kind of like followed along. But I guess the main takeaways are in bullet points. Long form content is where my passion lies, and it's where I want to focus my attention in 2024. I will still be doing 2 videos a week, but one of them will not be your consistent weekly reading vlogs. I will be experimenting more with editing, with the style, with the idea around reading vlogs. They may not come out weekly, but they will still be very, very consistent across my channel, because vlogs is where kind of like I really, really enjoy filming and putting my time and energy. In terms of Instagram and short form content, I will be reviewing all my books over on Goodreads and linking those reviews in an Instagram highlight reel for 2024 if you're interested. And I will also be doing weekly reels over on my Instagram, purely of the page count I've managed to read each day for that week. So basically my weekly reading vlogs that I used to do long form content on my YouTube channel will be moving over to Instagram in short form content and in the kind of context of reels. You guys have a lot of new content to look forward to as well this year, such as dipping my toe into kind of more journaling, scrapbook, bullet journaling content. Excuse me, bullet journaling content, as well as a hell of a lot of Disney vlogs to come in the latter half of the year, and I'm so excited. And on the topic of that, hopefully getting more confident in public vlogging in the UK, not just on holiday and not just in London. Hopefully I can get a bit more kind of confident in public vlogging so I can document more of my day-to-day life for you guys. And lastly, I've done a little bit of a rebrand with my colour scheme, my intro, my outro, as well as my thumbnails. So if you can't find a video from me in your subscription box, it may be because I've kind of like switched up my thumbnail design. So I think those are all the points I've covered. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be bringing back Rachel Reading Rambles a bit more frequently. I don't know how frequently, but maybe once a quarter, just as like a little quarterly check-in would be fun. I don't know. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below to see future content from me. I do anything from reading vlogs, monthly TBRs, monthly wrap-ups, and any other book content that you can think of. I usually have it on this channel, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.